A very good afternoon from the airport of Cranbrook. I'm here to fly with WestJet to Calgary. Well, actually, the flight is operated by Pacific Coastal. We're flying on a tiny turboprop, the Saab 340B, with only 34 seats. Only half of the aircraft is full today, so it's going to be a light flight. It's a quick one of just under an hour as well. It's going to be a really cool flight right in the Rocky Mountains, so I'm really excited about this one. I'm a bit early at the airport now, so let's go explore and see what there is to do here in Cranbrook. Let's go. The Canadian Rockies International Airport of Cranbrook is located just over the border of British Columbia and says to see over 140,000 passengers a year. The route between Cranbrook and Calgary is a relatively new one for WestJet and has been operational since June of 2018. It's hard to get lost here. As soon as you step inside, you find the only 4 check-in desks here. 2 Air Canada desks, 1 Pacific Coastal and 1 WestJet check-in desk. And even though our flight is operated by Pacific Coastal, it is a WestJet Link flight and you can get your boarding pass at the WestJet desk. There's one hallway from arrivals to departures. Here you can find the only cafe of the airport, where you can purchase some food and drinks before your flight. Now unfortunately the cafe is closed 1 day a week, and that just happened to be the day I was there. They do have a foosball table, which is a very neat addition. In the arrivals hall, you can find a breathtaking sculpture of a grizzly bear with 2 cubs, made by a local Cranbrook artist, and honestly, just this statue makes the airport worth the visit. The entrance to airside was a bit difficult to find, but going through security on such a small airport is a breeze, as there are no queues. The twin-engine turboprop aircraft we're flying on today arrived in Cranbrook nicely on time, and honestly, it looks amazing. Airside is no more than a simple waiting room with some benches. Though I had not expected these massive massage chairs. They do look a bit frightening to me, so I gave it a pass. Luckily, there were some vending machines, which were very much welcome with the cafe being closed on a Saturday. The view on the runway here in Cranbrook might be the most beautiful I've ever seen, though it was a bit quiet, as this Dash 8 300 was the only other aircraft I had seen on the airport all day, besides the Beechcraft that brought me here and the Saab 340B I was about to board. I have a trip report on the Air Canada Dash 8 300 coming up soon, so make sure you subscribe if you'd like to see that one. And finally, it was time to board, and the flight attendant guided us to the aircraft for a 40-minute flight to Calgary. The seats on the Saab 340B are laid out in a 1-2 configuration. I had paid to pick my own seat on check-in, but for the purpose of weight distribution, it was a free-for-all as long we'd all be seated in the back of the plane. The legroom was plenty for me with my 6 feet or 1.83 m length. In the seat pocket, you can find an air sickness bag, the safety card and the WestJet magazine, featuring one of my favorite cities in the world, Barcelona. We'll have a closer look at the magazine in a minute. The seat also features a personal air vent and a reading light. It was quite a bumpy ride getting out of the Rocky Mountains. However, the turbulence seen here looks worse than it actually was, and luckily it wasn't like that the whole flight, and the flight attendant did actually get around with some water and cookies. As mentioned, the WestJet magazine features Barcelona in their April edition. Barcelona is a city very close to my heart, and I've had the privilege to live there for 2 years, and many of my earlier trip reports start or end there. From the end of May, WestJet will commence a new route between Toronto and Barcelona with their Boeing 767 aircraft. Of course, in this edition as well, all WestJet aircraft, including this Saab 340B, are displayed. And finally, it was time to start our descent into Calgary after a short but really cool flight. Keep watching until the end for my final thoughts on this flight. Oh, what a cool flight this was. The surroundings of the airport of Cranbrook are plain stunning. Too bad we didn't have a clear blue sky, but regardless, it was beautiful. Unlike my flight on the Beechcraft 1900D with Air Canada, there was actually a WestJet flight attendant on this flight. It was a bumpy ride, but she handled the turbulence very well. Getting a glass of water and a snack was quite unexpected, so well done WestJet. And that wraps up our video today. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more like this, please consider subscribing to my channel and click the notification bell if you want to get notified when I upload a new video. And I'll see you next week.